welcome to another episode of Shooting
the Shit with Rachel Ann
and Neil Young. So we're talking all things real estate photography business growth, mindset, and getting it done. Here come your favorite true entrepreneurs, Rachel Ann and Neil Young, shooting the shit.
I have a ferret on the Like if we're kind of in a slump, like what kind of things do you do?
Talking about a boob light.
Straddling a power line.
Nice photo.
Ooh, I need that.
I'm like red right now because I'm embarrassed. I go like this. I love it.
Come in.
Sure, use your podcast voice.
Over here, I'm pitting out.
Drone's like flipping to the ground.
That's a great callback.
Chit-chatting.
Is that what you call that?
Hey! Rach, who do you love?
HD Photo Hub.
Today's episode is brought to you by HD Photo Hub.
The platform real estate photographers trust.
And so do we, because Rach and I both use it on a daily basis. Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Check it out. Check it out.
All right, we're back with another episode of Shooting the Shit with Rach.
And Neil.
And today we've got a fun episode, 12 ways to grow your biz. So we've got 12 simple things you can do to get more clients and grow your business. And today is dress up Thursday. Rachel's going all sweatshirt, and I look like the guy in that commercial who's on a date who has the wrinkly, like the droopy collar. Like, have you ever seen that ad?
No, never. No idea.
You haven't?
Oh,
It's something about like, I don't know, Tide or something, so you get a better looking shirt. It doesn't like stretch it and ruin it. Yeah, because like it's totally like dropping down, like I have my shirt on backwards or something.
That's so fun. Okay, so Neil, originally we had 12, but you just added 2 more, so now we have 14. So we gotta get moving. We got a lot to talk about here, Neil.
14.
I know.
Holy, I just thought we'd like tweak the ones that are already there. All right, let's do this.
You've got 3 minutes per item. No.
And start the clock.
Ready and go.
Cool.
Good luck.
Number 1. Everyone's holding their breath with anticipation now, Rachel. Number 1 is a newsletter. And some of these are going to be like groundbreaking genius things. And some of them are like, you know what? These are the things that you just might be missing. That could be the final little thing to get you those extra clients. So newsletter. You've heard of it before, but I still don't have my newsletter. This is on my to-do list still. Rachel has a newsletter, and it does well for her, and it's a good way to keep in touch and keep you top of mind, because a lot of the agents aren't just, busy all day, every day. It might be twice a year they get a house, so that keeps you top of mind so that when they do have that opportunity, they're already like, oh yeah, I know the guy, or I know the girl. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a good way to communicate anything to your clients. Like if you want to, tell them about a special you have or a new service, or even highlighting a new service that you have, or, we try to highlight a service every couple of months and just talk about, what's included in the marketing kit and the property website and all that. And it just helps to educate your clients. It's a good platform to really connect with them and teach them something that you really want to get across, or like how to prep a home. You can do whatever you want, but you want to be adding value. That's the main point of the newsletter. You need to be like, why should they open it and read it? You don't want it just to be selling to them and talking about how great you are. You want to add some value. So teach them something that they can use in their business. Maybe it's like mindset or, marketing tips or social media tips, who knows, or something about prepping a home, or why they need to do video, a new stats on how video is performing online or whatever. So things like that will really help with your open rate and get more people to actually read your whole newsletter. So
yeah, and I think one thing that intimidates people about a newsletter is I think they're thinking about sending one out a week or whatever. I think it's just like social media. You don't have to start there. You might get there when you find that it's really easy to come up topics. I feel like people are afraid, like, how am I going to keep coming up with topics? Just start out with one a month.
Yeah,
and
that's all I've ever done.
You can sit down and write down 12 things, and you could split it in half. Some could be like service related, and some could be like, whatever you want to come up with. But if half of them are service related, then that just cut in half what you had to come up with. You can do 6 service related things pretty easy. And then you've got your year, and start there. If you find you want to do more frequently, I think once you get into it, just like when you're doing a social media post, you get into it and you find that, oh, this isn't as hard as I thought it was to keep coming up with new stuff.
Yeah, so. Exactly. We also do a project that we're proud of. So we show off a house that we shot, and it always has pretty much the full works package on it. It's usually like multi-million-dollar home. that we're excited that we shot, and it just showcases the team's range and I try to highlight the team and I highlight that broker. So which
And,
brokers appreciate that as well. So
and that's a section in each one that goes out. Is that right?
correct. Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
All right.
Number 2, Neil, is a referral program. So I've been doing this since day one. I actually quit doing this through COVID because we had so much growth. I couldn't keep up. I was like, don't refer me. I don't have room for more clients, but good problems to have, right? Well, in the last 2
Yeah.
years, that has changed and I have adopted the referral program again and I'm pushing it very hard. And so basically what it is, you tell a broker, hey, if you refer someone to me, I'll give you a discount or a credit on your account. So whatever you want to do. I just do $20 with HD Photo Hub. You can set up this is a great plug for our sponsor. Look
Oh,
at that.
yes.
Look at that. We won't even interject. We're just going to tell you how great they are right now. We won't interject with like an ad for them because this is great. This is real life and this is why we love them. So the referral program, what they have, you can set it up where each broker has their own referral code. And then if somebody enters that when they sign up for a new account, they enter in that broker's referral code, it will automatically, when that person books a shoot, it'll automatically give the broker who referred them a $20 credit on their account or whatever amount that you decide to give them. So it's just automated. It's easy. You don't have to track it. I used to track this on a Excel spreadsheet before HD Photo Hub, and it was a pain in the butt. And that was another reason why I quit too. Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, I
Yeah.
can't keep up. Like it's too busy. I have too many things. The HD Photo Hub just makes it easy. They're great.
Yeah, and when you sign up with HD Photo, if you enter STS, you're going to get a bunch of free credits too. So,
150. They normally
yeah,
give you 50. So it's 150 credits. So try them
so
out.
that's
They're
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, it's awesome. Cool. Yeah, and same thing with me. I used to, when I first was trying to grow the business, I was doing a referral thing too. I didn't tell everybody on the planet about it, but I had a main broker that used to, tell a lot of people about me, and I told that person $50 every time that I used somebody else. To me, it was like just made sense. I was going to make money, and so long as that person actually, we actually had the shoot happen, then they would get that off their next shoot. So it wasn't like money back. It was just towards the next shoot a credit. And again, I did that manually at the time because I didn't have HD Photo Hub then either. And then I stopped doing that because it got very hard. I was like going off a Word doc, going like, wait, what do I owe them for credits and stuff? But yeah, that's definitely way better to
Yeah.
just do that automatically. And it looks really slick. And I'm sure they get excited when they see the little credit in there. Cool.
Yeah. It's awesome. They go to check out and it shows, do you want to use your credit on your account? Yes,
Got it.
please. Yes,
Cool.
please.
Yeah.
So,
I haven't
yeah.
done that yet.
And then,
I get so many things I need to do. Update in
yeah,
HD Photo
you
Hub.
do. You do. You need to just
I
take
do.
one day and implement your systems.
I
Be
do.
great. Okay,
That's
so I have to
another tip.
apologize. My phone is over here binging and dinging left and right because I have Costco delivering wine to my house. Not for me, it's for the Airbnb. We give a bottle of wine to our guests. And I have to show my ID at the door. Like the kids are here, but
All
they
right,
can't.
pause it. Go get some
No,
alcohol.
they're not here yet. But my phone keeps dinging. I've gotten like 5 text messages and 2 emails since we've started this. I'm like,
Got it.
goodness, people. Anyways,
Cool.
so I
Well,
apologize. This is for the
when
dinging.
no worries. I
Okay.
haven't noticed it. I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't notice it, but anyway,
Yeah.
cool.
My son, my 14-year-old, he goes, do you think they would take my ID? And I go, I don't know, just try it. He's like, okay. We shall see. I'm like, yeah, I doubt it.
I hope not.
Yes. I'm like, give them mine and maybe that would be interesting if they did. Okay. Number 3 is broker presentations. Neil, have you
Yes.
done
Yeah,
these?
I have. Yeah,
Good.
I've done a few of these. I've done one virtually
Mhm.
with a brokerage down in Florida. We set up like a little meet and greet for them, and I set up, I just had some content to show them, what was good and what wasn't good photography and kind of educate them about some of that stuff and showed them some local examples without trying to knock anybody they might know.
Yeah. Good idea. Good
Yep.
idea.
But show them some examples of what, what wasn't great and what was, and then talk to them about our services and stuff like that. Just, a little educational piece got them going like, oh, I didn't even know that so much went into it and that, oh, all these little things matter. Yeah. So that's worked really well. I also originally did that with that first brokerage that I used to do referrals with. They got me a ton of business when I first got going, and I did that with them and got some of my best clients from that. That was the first ever one I ever did, and I still have some clients that I work with from that a couple of years ago, and there's now one of them one of my best clients. So
That's
yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
Mhm.
Yeah. I actually hadn't done one of these until like 3 weeks ago. and I did my first one and it was absolutely terrifying. Like
Yeah.
I speak on stage, I'm on camera all the time. Like I can go on stage at PMRE and it's fine, not really nervous. But for some reason, getting in front of a room of 30 brokers when you know 5 of them, and it's just intimidating. I was like, why am I so nervous? But it's just that intimate group. They're all like, their faces, they looked so bored when I walked in the room. I was like,
Mm.
okay, guys, let's pep it up a bit here, you know? So I got through it, and I had been like running back and forth to my car because I did a headshot pop up as well. And so I was kind of out of breath. So like, you know, when you hear speakers and they can't catch their breath because they're just so nervous, that was me. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, come on, Rachel, just chill. I like
It
kept
is.
telling
It's
myself, like, you got
nerve-wracking.
this, you got this. Yeah, I had to like get in my head with my affirmations, like, okay, stop it.
Yeah.
You're great. You're gonna nail this. You know your stuff. Just talk as if you're talking to one person. So,
Yeah.
anyways,
Yeah. Bring
imagine the
some
whole
stuff.
audience naked, right? I
And
don't know
bring
what
some.
that's supposed to do for you, but
I don't know. I guess it depends on how that makes you feel.
right.
I recommend bringing a little show and tell, some things to show off, some
Yeah.
postcards, I showed some, some listings. That makes it easier to point to something, show something instead of just them just staring at you the whole time. And
Yeah.
for me, that's a little comforting to have something to kind of show or pass around if you're there in person. If you're not, then have those resources ready and practice it.
Mhm.
Don't just walk in, get your, like you were going to go up on stage and do a speech. You should have your bullet points, and don't make it super complicated stuff you have to read, but make it bullet points so that when you're nervous, you can look down and go, oh, right, I was going to tell them about our referral program that, if they refer somebody, they're going to get $20 off the next shoot. It's just so
Yep.
you have it there real quick to reference. But yeah, it's a really good way. And when you meet people in person or even on a Zoom, it's one step better than the random photographer they've never met in person or never seen and are just booking online, arbitrarily. So you're
Mhm.
going to be, closer to working with them, I think.
Right. So I do a PowerPoint. So I bring a PowerPoint that I've put together. Well, it's on Google Slides, which is easy to share. It's just a link. So I like that. And you can update it anywhere and it'll update that link that you sent them, which is nice.
Mm.
So it's kind of like a live link, or I don't know what you call that. But anyway, so that's great. You can add pictures, you can add everything. You can show screenshots of your order form, whatever. So that was amazing. But here's my success story with the first one and only one that I've done so far. One of the agents in the office, I did headshots after. So I did 10 headshots for the agents in the office afterwards. And this one guy came up to me and he was like, hey, I want to do the headshot, but I got to run. So I'll catch up with you later. And I was like, okay, no worries. Well, he left. And then one of the brokers was like, oh, you got to get, I'm not going to say his name. We'll call him John. You got to get John. She goes, he's a top producer. He has a ton of listings. And I go, oh, I just met him. He said he couldn't do a headshot today. And she was like, oh, yeah, he's great. So part of my spiels was about you should be booking a full work shoot, and it's not to sell the house, it's to sell you and to show what you do for marketing for your listings. So he booked online with us, and I saw the order come through, and I was like, oh my gosh, John booked with us. That's amazing. We got him. We got him on the first one. So I'm gonna go above and beyond, like reach out to him afterwards, check in, see how he liked the shoot, see if
Yeah.
I can do anything, just make sure he's good because I want to keep him around. And yeah, that's a huge one. I love getting top producers because they give you so much work and they kind of carry you through the slow season, which is great. So we've talked about, Neil wanted to add one thing in about what do you do? This is genius, Neil. I
Yeah.
love
So,
this.
so just making the presentation, if you're going in person, doing the presentation, make it a little more fun is to bring a little gift, a little giveaway. It doesn't have to be expensive. It could literally be like a box of chocolates or cookies or something like that, and basically collect everybody's business card and then just draw out of a hat the business card and tell them in advance that this is how it's going to go, that they pay attention because there's going to be, we're going to pull a card and whoever gets an opportunity to answer whatever the little quiz question is you want to ask them. If they get it right, they win. If not, you pull another business card and they get a chance to answer the question correctly. It's just a little thing. They like to play and have fun. It makes it a little more entertaining than just showing up. So something fun. Yeah,
I
that's
love
all.
that. I love that. That's so cool. You could even give away like a free drone shoot, try my services for free if they
That's
win that, or
true.
a free
That's a
shoot. Maybe you're like, I'm going to give out a free shoot today. I mean, it sounds
genius.
like a big investment, but at the same time, that could be thousands of dollars in your pocket down the road.
That's great. I like that. Great
Yeah.
idea. Yeah, totally. Cookies and a drone shoot.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, I just want cookies, but I bet brokers would want the drone shoot.
Probably,
Yeah,
probably.
probably. So that brings us right into, you heard me talk about the headshot pop-ups. Neil and I are so excited about headshot pop-ups because they're so easy to do. They're so fun. You actually get to meet one-on-one with each broker and work with them and talk
Yep.
to them and tell them about you and get to know them and build that relationship, and then slide in there really sly that you do real estate photography. So it's a great one to get more clients. Neil and I have put together a course on how to grow your business with headshots. And it is everything you need to know to shoot headshots, from like gear, camera settings, lighting, posing, booking the headshots. What else is in there, Neil?
Marketing materials.
Oh yeah, we have a whole marketing kit too you can buy.
How to everything from the beginning to how to learn to do this stuff, to how to talk to them, to how to pose them, to post-production, to delivering the files and what tools to use to deliver them and
Editing
stuff.
too.
Edit, yep.
Skin
All that.
smoothing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
Lots
in
of
there.
good stuff.
And the great thing about the headshot pop-ups is it's another way to get in the front door. If you tried some of this stuff and you have had a hard time getting into the brokerage offices, this is another way that opens the door when you're like, well, I do these, session is free headshot, but if you want to purchase it, you can thing. They're like, oh, really? You come in and just do that? It's another way to get in the door and get in front of them. And it's also a great tool for the off season when things slow down. You've got headshots in your pocket to make money with that too. So it's something that's always helped both of us throughout the years to kind of fill in the gaps.
Yeah, for sure. It's nice to have another service that you can offer during the slow season, because brokers are slow too. And that's when they should be getting all their marketing materials, all their headshots or lifestyle stuff done. So why not have this and be able to offer it? Brokerages are pretty slow at that time. So yeah,
a lot of times that's when they're interested about it too, because when they get slow, they're like, oh yeah, maybe I need to refresh some of my content online and stuff and update their pictures and all that. So yeah, it's usually a good time.
Yes.
Cool.
So right now our course is in beta testing with 10 of our lucky listeners. So we will be officially launching, I don't know when, a week or two maybe.
Yeah, but feel free to
Couple of the
DM us in the meantime, or reach out and we'll put you on a list and make sure that you hear about it when the next round is released.
Yeah.
Okay?
All right.
Cool.
So number 5 is to sponsor events or go to networking events or groups. What kind of networking things do you do, Neil, or have you done in the past?
So, and you don't always, so there's a lot of these networking groups that are kind of big commitments and stuff like that, but a lot of them they're always inviting someone to be a guest. So you don't think that you have to go and join to be a part of this group or something, networking event, because it's another thing you kind of have to do, and it can be a lot of work depending on the group. We've been to a few of them, but what I actually found I like, and I don't feel guilty about it anymore, is just going and visiting some of these. And I'll just go to a group once and check it out, and I'll just in going to that one off event, you'll network with some people and you'll find some connections that are helpful in your world, not just directly only real estate agents, but you might find a like-minded person who does drone if you don't do drone, and can fill in whenever you need a drone shooter, or you never know what connection you might make, or interior designers, that kind of stuff. So we've gone to a few of those around town. My wife's a member of one that's focused specifically on women in business. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. It's a good way to go and check it out. Have you ever gone to one of those kinds of events that they have, or monthly meetings or anything like that?
Yes, I have, Neil. I went to one last night, actually. I got asked on Monday. Is it Monday? Sunday or Monday, I got a text message from the owner of Real Producers and one of the brokers I shoot for, who is part of this group, YPN. It's Young Professionals Network. It's put on by Seattle King County Realtors, and they meet about once a month, and they have this Blue Bash event every year. And so everybody has to wear blue. It's really fun. There was like drinks and food and music. And they asked if I wanted to come do some kind of like a GIF event or a headshot pop up or something. And I said, yeah, let's do Get Your GIF On. So I brought a green screen, some lighting, and I had them dance in front of the green screen. And then I cut it out and made a little GIF for them.
Oh yeah, I saw
And I
that post.
texted it over
Yeah.
to them. Yeah, super fun. They absolutely loved it. So it was funny. Like the first hour we were there, my husband and I went. He was like my assistant for the night. But nobody would do it. Nobody was coming up. Like everyone was so shy. So I had to like go out in the crowd and recruit people, which is so awkward. But I was like, whatever, I don't care. I'm just gonna go do it. Just go do it, Rachel. So I went out there, I grabbed like 5 people, got them to come do it. And then as soon as all of them had a few drinks in them, like we had a
Mm.
lineup of people and they were like, can I do another one? And I'm like, yes, get in here. Let's go. Come on. Sure, I can do 4 for each person. It's supposed to be 1, but I'm like, whatever. They're having fun. So, and what came from it, so my husband was like, oh yeah, I had like 3 people ask me if they could rent you to do this at their events. And I was like, heck yeah, let's go. Such good feedback on it. So fun. It's kind of like a headshot event works for this too. It's a good thing to offer at networking events because it's just something different. And a lot of people get dressed up for these events. So they're looking professional as is. So why not just get a headshot while you're there?
Mhm. Yeah,
So
that's cool.
super fun. Super
Yeah,
fun.
and then as far as like sponsoring events go, there's a couple events that we help out with throughout the year. One of them is a local thing that's a called Be Bold, which is trying to education for youth to keep them off drugs and stuff like that. And so they do a dodgeball event. And so we basically donate our services to do a video of the event for them. And in exchange, we get our logo up on all the signage and stuff like that. So that's one thing we do. And then one of the brokerages does an annual event where every house they sell throughout the year, they take a percentage of that and they make a fund for scholarships for kids going off to school. And they do this event where they sit down and interview the scholarship winners. It's almost like a little talk show, which is kind of fun to hear the kids talking about their experience. And I'll document that and do. This year we did a little like highlight video of it and some photos of the event. And again, I just exchanged that for my logo on everything. And they mention, they have it up on the screen, the people contributing to the event and stuff like that. I don't know if I've ever got direct business from that, but the other benefit of that is it separates you in your client's eyes as somebody who actually gives a dang. And,
Way to not swear, deal. Good job.
I know, right? In shooting the shit, don't even
I
swear.
know. I'm trying not to swear. Like I'm really trying to not swear anymore, which is very hard. And I told someone that, and they were like, "Your podcast has a cuss word in it." And I was like, I know,
I know,
but
right?
besides that, I'm trying not to say anything but the S word.
Talking about keeping kids
Shooting
off
the
drugs that
S.
just naturally stop swearing,
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah. So yeah.
yeah, I've done like sponsored an auction before and they asked if I'd take photos in exchange for my logo being put up, and then they gave me a shout out and there was a lot of people there and that was a ton of brokers. So that was good because as I'm walking around taking photos, like I know people there. So I'm talking to people that I see, they're introducing me to people. They're saying, oh, she's so great. You got to try her out. Like
Oh, cool.
that makes it worth it for me. When I
Yeah.
go to a networking event and I know people, that's
Yeah.
a big influencer for me. And then Real Producers always puts on events, which I get invited to some of those, not all. I wish I got invited to more, but working on that. Anyway, so yeah, I go to as many of those as I can, and those are great. I always see people that I've shot in the magazine. Maybe they don't use me yet because they have their own people, which is fine, but I still get to say hi and show my face and network with a bunch of people.
So Heidi, my wife, just went to first time going to this event. She just started doing social media creation for a client that does a local magazine here, and so they invited her to this local event. And she wasn't sure if she even was like, should I even go? I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be good. Like you always have that trepidation going to these new things, right? So she went, she came back all ecstatic because when she went there was a lot of the people that we already work with there. And people were like, wait, how do you know her? Like, how do you know that person? And so immediately sort of established her as an authority that maybe they should pay attention to who this person is that they had never seen at this group before.
Yeah,
So
that's amazing. That's awesome.
yeah.
Yeah, it works. Just got to get
Yeah.
out there. And the hardest thing for me is like, it's awkward to just walk up to people that you don't know and start a conversation. Like I have to force myself to do that at events because I'm more introverted than you may know. I'm like, okay, I'd rather just be at home right now, but I'm here and I'm having fun. I really am. It just takes me a minute to get comfortable. Yeah.
I'm not introverted, and I
Oh,
still have a hard time with that. That's
yeah.
a very difficult thing.
We
Yeah.
should research on that and do an
Hmm.
episode on networking. That would be a fun one.
Yeah,
Bring on like
that's a
a
good idea.
networking expert or something. Okay. All right.
Yep.
Stop the podcast. I have to interject here. Now, if you are ready to hop on board with HD Photo Hub, if you're ready to make a change in your business, you need to use our promo code, which is STS, because you're not only going to get 50 free credits, you're going to get 150 free credits, which is equivalent
What?
to 15 property websites and I think like 50 site activations. And okay, I know a lot of you already use another platform, but if you want to switch over because you just love what they have, like their marketing kit, the app, property website, all of it, they can help you get your old clients into the new system, and they can make that
Yeah.
seamless for you. They can help you set up your shopping cart. Like, it can be a smooth transition, and they give discounts and stuff for bringing you over. There's some good stuff. They're good people. And Neil,
Yeah,
what
and
else? What
if you
else?
want to do the app as well, if you want to do the app like Rach and I have, it's only a one-time fee to set that up, and they walk you through everything, which is amazing. If you mention our podcast, STS, they're going to give you 30% off, which is insane. Normally it's $1,000 with the discount. It's, $600-700. And see, I told you I didn't know math, didn't I?
700 now.
Wait, $2.
It's
No,
$2.
it's an amazing deal. So check
Yes.
it out if you're interested. But
Yeah.
we'll get back to the podcast.
Let's go.
Next, moving
We're
on.
on number 6. Okay. This is a good one because it kind of leads into what we were just talking about, which is advertise in a magazine or in a
Mhm.
publication,
Yep.
like Real Producers. So, as
Mhm.
you guys know, we've done a whole episode with Shay. If you haven't heard it, go back and listen to it. Shay is the owner of Seattle Real Producers, Shay Robinson, and he's fantastic. He has done such a good job with this magazine. He's been the owner, I think, for 4 years now, and he just took it and ran with it. And he has done a fantastic job. He has a podcast. He coordinates events like once or twice once a month, once every couple months. He does a mastermind group. He's got a ton of different sponsors, a good variety of sponsors in there. It's just been a really good collaboration for my business. And I get to shoot the cover for Real Producers and the up and comer feature in the magazine for lifestyle photos, which has been amazing. Honestly, it took a
Mhm.
while to get some traction with it, but now it's like, it's great. It's a great way for me to get clients, especially because I get to work with them one-on-one, and really get to know them
Yeah, you
and
get
when they
right in
like
front of
me. And
them.
yeah.
You get in front of the up and comer every time. That alone is
Yeah.
pretty great connection. Yeah.
Okay, so get this, Neil. So one of the headshot pop-ups I did for a different office like a month and a half ago, one of the gals I was going to shoot, same thing happened. She couldn't get her headshot done. She's like, oh, she popped her head in. She's like, I was supposed to be scheduled at this time, but I can't make it. Sorry to cancel such last minute. I'm like, oh, don't worry about it. No big deal. And it's nice to meet you, whatever. Bye. And she left, right? And then Shay hooked up like one of the brokers for me to do photos of. So I did photos of her yesterday. And I met her and I was like, oh, I already know you. I've met you at your office when I did the headshot pop-up. I hadn't put 2 and 2 together until I saw her face. And then I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, that's great. So it already like broke down that wall. And she was like, oh, I have a real estate shoot coming up. I forgot you do real estate photos. I want to book you for it. I'm like, oh,
Mm,
let's go. So love
awesome.
it. So it's all this
Cool.
networking, just putting yourself out there. Like, it's a small community in your cities of brokers. Like, everybody knows everybody. So the more you're out there getting your face out there, the better it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
So being
And
in the
there's
magazine is good because people just see you. You just become kind of like another face that they recognize. Every time they see your logo and your branding that's on
yeah,
point and consistent through all of your messaging that you're putting out there, they're going to recognize you and they're going to
yeah.
start to understand who you are and what you do.
Totally. And you may have one of those, there's a lot of those real producers magazines in different areas. So you may have one in your area as well. If not, you might just have a local magazine like we have, and it might be a good thing to reach out and see what events they host and
Yeah,
do they advertise,
exactly.
I'm sure
Yeah.
they probably do. So yeah.
Yeah. I know. Someone reached out to me about one over in Clealama magazine, new publication. She wanted me to be a sponsor. And I was like, I really don't want to drive over there very much. So no,
Yeah,
that's
consider
an
that.
hour and a half away. And I have an electric car that barely makes it over the mountains and back. So no,
We call
stupid.
that a rolls canarly, rolls down one hill and canardly make it up the next.
Yes, exactly.
So moving on, dad jokes aside, moving on.
Neil is officially old.
Oh yes. Oh yes. Very. All right. So flyers. I don't think I've ever done flyers. So Rach, run with this one.
I've never done them either. I just thought it sounded like a great idea. I'd make a flyer, pass it out. I've thought about it. I want to have something like a postcard to give out at my events, like headshot events or something,
Hmm.
But I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm just going to give them a business card with a discount code on it. And there's a QR code and then go to my website. I mean, what do they really need to know? Do they need to see examples? Maybe seeing photos would be good. But here's my thought. You make a little 5x7 flyer. You stop by an office, you drop off the flyer and you're like, hey, I'm a real estate photographer and I'd love to, leave this stack of flyers for your brokers. Or can I go
Yeah.
pass them out to the brokerage? Because a lot of times they'll just throw them in the garbage. So you got to get past that gatekeeper. But I think it's a good way. You could even leave them at houses that you've shot. Like you've seen stagers do that, right? A lot of them
Yeah.
have little brochures that
Yeah.
they'll leave behind. So
And probably more effective than, I think we have business cards on here somewhere too, but it may be more effective than a business card just because obviously you can see more of your work on it.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
If you
But
find them out
yeah,
there.
that
My
makes me
thing is
think.
designing them. I hate designing. I need to just put Jan on it. Like Jan.
Yeah. Well, one of the realtors that I know of, I saw her in an open house, and I got to see some of her. She has little flyer mailers that she does, postcards, but she doesn't just do like her face and that. She does something quirky and fun on it. Like she had one with Lionel Richie on it, and it said hello, and it was like pink colors and had some. She made up her own little verbiage that tied into what she did, and it was really cute and caught your attention and was different than what other agents might send in the mail or something. So if you can find a way to have a new fun angle,
Yeah.
especially at a brokerage, they're probably getting 100 of these things a day. So if you can have something that Rachel just threw a hand grenade out the door. I don't know what's
Here's
happening
what's
right
going
now.
on. Sorry. Gosh. So I had my daughter's phone in here because she's been on her phone too much. So I took it. And I don't have her passcode. She told me it, but I don't remember it. Anyways, it's over here going, it's like, she gets the same calendar alerts on her phone because she's linked somewhere on her
Mm.
phone to my phone. So the podcast alert came up. It's like, you have a
Oh,
podcast. I'm like,
I
oh my
couldn't.
gosh, really?
All I saw was, it was like you had a bee in your sweater,
I
and you
was
were
like,
like, and then she opened the door, and then she like threw something out the door, like I'm like grenade.
and as I slide back, the cushion on my chair fell off, so I almost fell on my butt. I'm like, okay.
Like it was very
Okay.
hard to
Sorry, Neil.
keep my thought.
Yes, yes. Well, good job holding it together there. Well,
No idea what I was talking
no, I have no idea
about.
what you're talking about, but it sounded great, and I'm sure I'll say it later. So good
Yeah.
job.
Uh, awesome. No, creative postcards that are different. Instead of just something that just has houses on it, I was saying this agent puts these things out with like different pop artists or something. Like she put
Hmm.
one with Lionel Richie on it, and it said, "Hello, am I the agent you're looking for?" or something like
Oh,
that,
cute. I
And it
love
had
that.
really bright colors and a caricature of Lionel Richie, so she wasn't
You
infringing on
said
any
it.
copyright.
You
Yeah.
said it right.
Oh, look at me.
Caricature.
I'm so fancy.
You're so good. I still can't say it.
No, I now I won't be able to say it now that you called it out.
Yeah. Well, you said it seamlessly, if
Well,
that's
thank
the
you.
right word.
So
Flawlessly.
anyway, there's
Okay.
there's that one, flyers.
Okay. Number 8, social media, which
Social.
we all know that's a good way to advertise your business. Of course,
Yep.
there's a big time commitment there, but you can be on social and not do a whole lot. You can engage with other people, add a couple posts, add a couple things to your stories. You don't have to be crazy involved if you don't want to be. It's just about putting yourself out there a little bit and showing your work and talking about your core values. There's just a lot of different angles you can go with social media, but that could be like 15 episodes, I feel like.
Yeah, yeah. But start
But
simple. If you're
here's the good one.
specifically trying to get clients,
Mhm.
go find a couple of clients in your area that you don't work with and comment on their stuff. Over time, you're gonna have that top of mind. And then when you have like that promotion, you could shoot them a DM and say, "Hey, I love all the stuff you do." And they know because they've seen you commenting and hearting and whatever. I'd love to work with you sometime. Just wanted to let you know about this promo that we've got going on.
Mhm.
And, it's not going to be a cold offer at that point. It's going to be a warm lead for them because they already kind of know, they've seen you and they're curious. Well, he seems to like what I do, right?
Right? Yep. You can offer discounts too to new clients through Instagram DMs and stuff. But yeah, engaging with them before you go direct cold message them is really key.
Yeah.
So yeah. And I got a client like for 2 years. We just have the same values. And for 2 years, I've been following along on his posts, and he was using a different photographer forever for like 2 years. And then he reached out to me and he was like, "Hey, I think I want to work with you." And I was like, "Wonderful." So first I did his headshots, and then he wanted us to do all this real estate stuff. And so now we do all of it. And I was like, "Look at
There
that.
you go.
Consistency pays off." Yeah. Okay. Number 9 is drop cards off at offices, which we kind of
Business
covered
cards.
already. Business cards, yes.
Yeah.
But I want to challenge you this week to stop at an office, go talk to the front desk gal, ask if brokers are in the office, and if you could walk around and pass out your business card. You want to do that because if you give them to the front desk gal, she'll be like, "Oh yeah, I'll put them out," and then most likely she'll throw them in the garbage.
Trash
So,
can.
yeah,
Yeah.
waste of cards. If you don't
Yeah.
have business cards, I challenge you to go get business cards made.
Yes.
Like 100%. You
I
have
just
to have
had to
them.
order new ones because I've had multiple people ask me, and I'm like, oh, geez, I got to order more. I got to order more. But yes, if you already have business cards, this is like low entry here. If you've already got business cards, you got no excuse. Go down there and talk to somebody. And if nothing else, it's a good practice on working on your networking.
Yes, and it takes a little courage. Like it really does. So hopefully this will push you guys to go do it.
Yep.
And Neil, that goes for you too. I'll do it too. We
Okay.
both have to
And,
go do it. I hate doing it. I just don't want to stop when I'm on my way home. I'm like beelining for the house. Like I'm ready to be home. Yeah, it's tough, but it's a good way to meet people. And if you
yeah,
want, you could talk about doing a broker presentation or a headshot pop-up. If you don't know how to do headshot pop-ups,
that's
buy our
right.
course and we'll teach
That's
you.
right.
Yeah.
That's right. And if you go to like a big brokerage, like a big like KW or something like that, office has tons of people in there. If you've already got a client in there,
Mm-hmm.
double whammy, go in there with a little treat for them, just a total surprise for no reason. Walk in with some cupcakes and some gluten-free, allergy-free item as well. Go to Whole Foods and grab a couple things there. Go in there, go say, hey, I just want to drop this off. Drop it. Maybe hold on to the treats. Walk around, drop off your business cards to the other people first. Drop your treats off, taunt everyone with your treats, and then drop them off to the people you already know so that they want the treats next time.
There you go. There you go.
But I do bring occasionally some treats to some of my favorite clients just as like a fun little thing, and it's a good excuse to get in the office and just say hello to people so they don't forget you.
Yeah. Okay. And in my area, I don't know about your area, Neil, but since I've been booking these broker presentations, most offices have their office meeting on Tuesday mornings between 9 and 10. So the best day to go drop your card off would probably be Tuesday at like 11.
Everybody's
Because
there.
everyone will be in the office. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
That's a little
Good
gold
point.
nugget for you.
Good point.
Number 10 is stop at open houses. Now, this is a good opportunity to just like scout out what this agent's doing currently. You can look at their flyer before you go in. You can just talk to them, get a tour through the home, just tell them about your services. I've done this a handful of times, maybe 4 times, honestly, in my whole career. But I think I'm going to start doing it again because we're really in growth mode. I'm like,
I've never, well, I did that. I stopped by that open house just by chance because that I just mentioned with the business card girl when you were throwing a hand grenade out the door. I once went to an open house just by chance because I saw her sign. I had been hearing her on this meeting that I do an online meeting with one of the brokerage's offices. I join in on a daily meeting. It's a motivational kind of mindset meeting thing. And I've been hearing one of these girls a lot. And I saw her sign open house. So I just went in and that's when I saw her business cards that she was handing out and I chatted with her. She's super nice and everything. So that's the only time I did that. But it's not a bad way to make a connection with a broker too. So, and then, maybe you can pretend it's your listing and just do a reel out front if it's a really expensive house,
There you go. When I was house hunting like 2 years ago, I stopped at a house and I was chatting with the broker forever. And then he ended up hiring us for photos like later down
Cool.
the road. So that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
He turned out to be kind of a total pain in my, you know what? It was awful. He only hired us a few times. I was like, thank goodness. I can't handle it. Like I get there and nothing's ready. He's like, oh, we're just going to move everything. And I'm like, this is not how this is supposed to go, man. Like, and I'm just trying to keep my cool. I'm like, okay, breathe, Rachel. It's okay. God is testing you. Test of patience.
Yeah. We should have an episode on how to sort of fend off the clients you don't want to work with in a nice way.
How to repel them.
Yeah. How to repel clients instead of gain them.
Yes.
All
right.
awesome.
Next up is to leave cards at listings. Everyone should be doing this. Just like 8 cards is all you need to leave. I bought little plastic business card holders that I put my cards in just to add a little something to it. I think I got like, they were like 50 cents a piece or something. They were cheap. It's got a big box. And then I hand out cards and those to my team as well. And they leave cards at listings. So
Cool.
I've
I
gotten
was
a lot
gonna
of
say,
leads from that, honestly.
oh, I was gonna say, you don't go back to get that little plastic stand, do
No,
you?
I donate that to the broker.
Knocking on the window.
I
I'm here for
forgot.
my stand. It's 50, it costs 50 cents.
I found these really cheap, like black ones that kind of have like a kickstand in the back that flips out. And they're so cheesy, like so cheap. So if you're going to do it, just splurge for like a little bit classier one.
Splurge for
Like
the
mine's
50
just like
cent
the
one.
clear plastic. Yeah.
50 cent.
Yes, yes, yes. So my cards have on the back, I put a coupon code for $50 off for new clients. And then I say, enter your referral partner's number, or I say, enter this referral number to give your referral partner $20 off their next shoot. So, and then I write whoever's listing it is, I write their referral code number in there. So, and thanks to HD Photo Hub, we can do that. So,
Clever. I
yeah.
like it. I
And
have, this is
then,
funny.
yeah,
I've been fumbling with this in my hand. I had it out here because I was doing a little reel about our headshot stuff. I'm sorry. This
there it
is
is.
not my current. This is my original business card when I was in LA. This is, and I just think it's funny because you were talking about that. This is when I was doing headshots in LA. And this is like when you had to peel apart the business cards, like put them in a printer, print them out.
Oh,
And these are
wow.
like, I don't know if it'll focus. I
I
forget
can't
if I have
see
it
it.
on manual. You can't, it won't focus, but these are some of my original like first round of headshots ever.
Oh, that's so great.
So anyway, business cards. You
Business.
need to update them too. Don't use your business card from 20 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Make sure it's current. Make sure there's no spelling errors. And I just use the thickest paper possible. I just want them to be
Yeah.
a luxury. All right.
Where
We're
do you order
almost
from?
done.
Do you order from Moo business cards?
Canva.
Oh, Canva.
And
Okay.
I do matte because the shiny ones I can't write on with a Sharpie. I have to let it dry before I can stack them up.
Oh
So I
yeah.
do like the plain, I don't know what it's called. It's like a matte finish. Okay. This is a good one. Optimize your Google My Business profile
Mm,
and get reviews from your clients. This is so important. So basically if you don't have a Google My Business profile set up, go do it. This is another thing I want you to do this week because it's going to get you ranked on Google. When someone types in Seattle real estate photographer, your name's going to start popping up. Okay. And then they're
yeah.
going to book you. And I saw a big increase of people calling me. One, I put out a paid ad on Google. I think I pay 150 a month for my ad. And then I got a bunch of reviews. HD Photo Hub, we'll give them another shout out. So HD Photo Hub now has a way that you can, when you send the site activation, there's a new button that says send a separate email asking for a review from your clients. And by doing that, like we went from 60 to 90 5-star reviews in the last like 2 months, 3 months. It's
Right.
crazy. Like I just had my web designer update my website in April and it was like 65-star reviews. And I'm like, it's now 90. Can you update it? That's a pretty big jump. But anyways, when you get all those reviews, Google likes that. And so they start pushing your listing up higher on the rankings.
Mhm.
So you'll show up
Yeah.
hopefully on that first page of Google, which is great.
It's a really easy thing to do. It doesn't take very long either. I think
Mhm.
when I did it, the only thing that we had to do was I think they sent us something in the mail or something. Did they do that for you too? And you just to
I
verify
think
you're a
so.
real business?
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
But outside of that, you just have to wait a few days for that to come. But the actual, setting it up is very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. I know. I probably need to update mine, like new pictures. Anyways, so that's a great one. That also brings us into the paid ads. So you can do paid ads on social media. You can do paid ads on Google. Where else
Yep.
would you do paid ads? I think that's about it.
I've only done it on
I don't know.
Facebook myself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So you can always boost a post too. If you have a post that you really like, you're running a special or something, you can always boost that
yeah.
post on social media or create a post within Google My Business. And it just charges you monthly. You select what you want the reach to be, how much you want to spend. Yeah, it's good stuff. Pick demographics, all that. So yeah.
Yeah, if you've not done that, give it a try. And it's not expensive on like I've only done Facebook ones when you like boost it, like she's saying, if you just boost some post, if you just pick a post that's already getting some good traction and some good reaction for people and some comments and some views, go with that one. And then just boost it for you can set up, it's really easy to say like I only want to spend $5 a day or something, and
Mhm.
you're gonna get more traction on that. I had a lot of people that saw those when I did that. So it couldn't hurt to give it a try and it's not expensive. So
Yeah.
nothing holding you back.
Okay,
Cool.
number 14, Neil, our last one. And
Oh,
I'm gonna
last
let you
one.
talk about this one
All
'cause
right.
this
All right.
sounds horrific to me. But here's the thing. If you're doing this, I guarantee you not a lot of people are. So you might have better luck
Yeah.
than,
So this
than you
is the
would think.
one that most people dread. Some people get a kick out of it because there's a skill that goes with it. And when you're successful at it, it's like awesome. It's the oldest one in the book and it's cold calling. But
Yeah.
you gotta, yeah, right? But listen,
A
here's the
little bit
thing.
myself.
If you need to grow, it's
Hmm.
time to stop. No more excuses. If you
Yeah.
need more clients, call some people. But don't just call them. Try to find whatever way you can to make it less cold, okay? You want a little bit of a warm lead, okay? So any way you can find a connection, and that
Stalk
doesn't
them
have to
on
be,
Facebook first. Is that what
yeah,
you're saying?
stock them on Facebook or whatever, wherever you can find something. So when I've done this in the past, and I have been successful at it in the past with this method, is yeah, if you saw them on Facebook or you saw a post or something like that, or if you just Googled them and you were just trying to find like local realtors, I found, for example, one time a picture of a realtor and it was a unique picture. It wasn't a boring portrait, it was more of a lifestyle portrait. It was her in a field with a dog and so I reached out and cold called, okay? And she didn't pick up. I just left a nice voicemail. And in the voicemail, I said something to the effect of, hey, don't hang up. It's Neil. I'm a real estate photographer. I just really loved your photo and wanted to tell you I'm trying to find new creative ways to help realtors stand out from the crowd. And as I was like doing research, I saw your photo and I was like, yes, in the field with the dog. And I see that your specialty is, horse, a lot of equestrian properties and stuff like that. And I just thought it was really cool. And I would love to pick your brain if you've done any more of that kind of stuff, like what's worked for you in the past, because I'm really trying to build up my business and do more of this kind of stuff. But anyway, just love the photo and hope you have a great day. If I don't hear from you, no worries. Don't even worry about it. But I just had to say it was really cool. Have a great day. Like,
Okay, I would call you back. I'd be
okay,
like, oh, this sounds like a great opportunity to maybe have someone to help me implement some, like, this guy really cares. He wants to know what's working for me. Like,
mhm.
he's complimenting, starting with a compliment. That was really good, Neil. You got
Yeah,
an A plus on
and
cold calling.
ask and I asked for help from them as well. Like I
Mm,
gave them a little boost that like they're already doing
mm,
something and I was impressed and maybe they have ideas that would help me too. And it's like, and to not push hard on it at all. In fact, to just leave it and walk away and be fine with the fact that you gave them a huge door to not call you back.
Yeah, I love that.
Takes
No
takes the
pressure.
pressure
Like,
off.
yeah,
Hmm.
totally.
Yeah.
Totally. No, I think
So,
that's amazing.
whatever you can come up with, just be nice, be friendly, be a human being
Yes.
instead of somebody who's just dialing and reading a script. They're never going to call you back.
Don't hire a virtual assistant to cold call for you. Let's put it that
Right.
way. I
Mm,
hate those calls.
no,
I get so annoyed.
no.
I'm like,
And
no, thank you. Take me off your list. Thanks. Bye. Click.
that particular client, we had a call, we chatted. She literally called me back like 10 minutes later.
Oh, wow.
Um,
Wow.
yeah, we had a call. We talked about all that stuff that I said,
Mhm.
and in the conversation, I told her I'm also doing video work and I'm trying to do more creative, fun stuff. I'd love to do something on an equestrian center.
Mhm.
I don't remember the timeline now. This was a couple of years ago, but when I was first getting going, and we ended up doing a video at Equestrian Center. It was so fun. I did drone flying, and we saw the horses going around the corral, and like it was a really fun thing. And we worked together several times. Ended up doing like some portraits with her and her husband and some horses one time. So she became a repeat client until she moved out of my area. Um,
Oh, darn it. Don't you hate that? When one of your good
yeah.
clients moves. I've had a couple move
Hmm.
through COVID.
Yeah.
It's like, dang it.
So and she was super nice and yeah, that was from a straight up cold call. There was no other
Wow.
connection.
That's
Yep.
amazing. Well, you nailed it. That was a great example. Thank you. Because I have
Yeah.
zero. Good for you.
Yeah. So if you're hungry, you got to
Let's
give it a
get it.
try, right? Give it a try. Go get it.
Okay, we just gave you 14 ways to advertise your business, which if you try to do all 14 of these, you're going to like lose your mind. So I would suggest picking 3
Mm,
of these ways to advertise your business and stick with it for
yeah.
an extended period of time, like a year or two. Like it takes time to build your business. Obviously, leaving your business cards that doesn't count. That's easy. Just do that, you know. But if you're going to stop at a office twice a week for the next year, finding offices in your area, you know, you might run out of offices, or
Yeah, you
putting
might.
out a newsletter every month, you know. So just pick 3 of these that you can do. The referral program too, that doesn't count. But if you want to book, well, that's
You're
easy, right? You
you're
just set
running
that
out of
up on
things to
HT
do,
Photo
people.
Hub. Yeah, you only got like 10 options now. So, or if you're going to commit to cold calling, maybe you'll commit to calling 5 people a day.
Yeah.
I mean, you're gonna start jotting down too, like how many people actually are interested and how many are just hanging up on you. Like keep the stats so you know how many you have to call before you can connect and make a sale.
Do you
Kind
know
of thing.
that realtor I was talking about who does the postcards?
Mhm.
She also, I don't know if it's the same thing and she handwrites some stuff on it too, but she does 20 pieces of handwritten mail every single day.
Wow, that's
And
incredible.
she gets clients from that.
Wow.
So just to give you an idea, there's nothing
Mhm.
holding you back from doing some handwritten piece of mail, a postcard with your handwritten note on it. I mean, people stop and read it when they see handwritten, so that could work
Yeah,
too.
very
There's
true.
no excuse. There's a lot of things we can do. So I know that when I get slow, it's because I haven't been doing enough work. I haven't been putting in the work. Okay. There's
Yep.
really no excuse. If you're saying there's no work, it's because you're not working hard enough. And sometimes I'm not. And I got to check myself and get back in gear. And I know I have a bunch of these things that I still need to do on the list here too. So I got to get after it, right? And you know, it's easy to avoid this stuff when you're in the busy season,
Yeah,
but it's not going to be too far away that the winter's coming and sneaking back up on us. So,
I
you know,
know. It's gonna
start
be here
working on
before we
this
know it, unfortunately. Hey,
chip
I,
away.
I mean, summer just started. Let's not talk about winter. It poured down rain here today. It was terrible.
All I know is when July comes, I feel like it's a minute before the summer's over. So,
I know. It's like, oh, it hasn't even started. We have not had a good spring. It's been so cold and rainy. It's been crap.
I
So,
know,
anyways,
60
it's gonna
something
be
degrees.
great.
I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, 62 and rain, and cloudy
Mm,
until Thursday. But Thursday it's gonna be like 80. So Thursday, Friday,
there you go.
Saturday. It'll be good for the 4th. I'm
Awesome.
excited.
Well,
Anyways,
cool.
yeah,
Good
yeah.
stuff. I hope that some of this has been helpful. Hit us up if you have questions or if you're interested in the headshot course. That's another good way you can get started on your weekends focusing on that. So come the winter, you're ready to go and you're making money.
And you can
So,
find us on Instagram at Shooting the Shit with Rach and Neil.
yep,
You can email us at info@grow with Rach and Neil. And yeah, I think that's it. We have a
perfect.
phone number, but I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. We probably don't have a lot of voicemails.
I hope we don't. I have not been replying to them, getting back to these poor people. Anyways, email's great, DMs are great. But yeah, we'll talk to you guys soon. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.